guess what? We're going to talk about the Jakob Chychrun trade, which has not happened yet at this point, but we're going to listen to some mock trades and some proposals for it and kind of what it would look like. Again, realistic. We just did the Carlson trade to the Oilers yesterday, but I want to see what a realistic trade is going to look like, because right now, Jakob Chychrun is scratched right now for the trade-related purposes. That's actually what the Arizona Coyotes put out on their Twitter page, just so that everyone knew, and it kind of got the hype and everyone's going crazy about it. So let's jump on that hype train, and let's jump over and let's see what we can contribute and try and figure out a trade that makes sense for Jakob Chychrun to the Los Angeles Kings, which right here. So we're using the cap friendly page. We are going to be using the trade simulator to try and find out what we can do with Jakob Chychrun, who is on a phenomenal contract, drafted in the first round, the 16th overall. And so let's run down here. So he is another reason that the Arizona Coyotes are trying to trade him. As you can see, he's got a modified no movement clause, so that it really limits him at that point. So it's only it's a 10 team trade list, so that still leaves him open to 21 other teams. But again, that's if he has the LA Kings on there, then that would be an issue, right? So that's why they're trying to trade him this year. So let's jump over. So by the way, this is a great contract, and also Jakob Chychrun is doing phenomenal this year. Let's actually jump over to his stats. All right, jump over here. So Jakob Chychrun right here. So we're using the Hockey DB page. Again, you have 16th overall. Big guy, 6'2", 220. Great offensive and great defensive mindset, and again, a great player playing on a crap team. Arizona has always been pretty bad since he's been there, but you can see he produces, right, as a defenseman, right? So you're not looking at major goal scoring, right? He's probably not going to be a 20 goal scorer, but you can see that he does have some production. Playing around 50 to 60 games, he has had a little bit more injuries, unfortunately. So you can see that kind of stifles his play a little. But you're looking around, you can see right here, 26. We'll just go the last 4 years. So 26 points in 63 games, 41 points in 56 games. Mind you, Arizona is still not good, right? And then 21 points in 47 games, a little under half a point per game, and now doing much better, 28 points in 38 games, around 3/4 of a point per game, actually a little over that, right? And so, and a plus minus, which isn't the greatest stat. I mean, it is one of those stats where you use it as like, oh, if he has a really big stat, it actually makes a difference, right? Now, plus minus is when if a goal is scored while you're on the ice, you get a +1 during 5-on-5. And if a goal is scored against or while you're on the ice, it's scored on you, you lose a point, right? So he has been on the ice on a 5-on-5 plays where more goals are scored for his team than they were against his team, right? So again, we're looking, and the reason he's so valuable too is that you're looking at a team or a player who has a couple of years left over too, at a great cap hit. This guy is probably going to be worth probably around $7-8 million when it all comes said and done for his new contract. So let's jump over to the trade machine. We're gonna go through. So let's scroll down. So the first team we're going to pick, right, is Arizona. The other thing that I wanted to mention that is going to be big, that the LA Kings are going to be wanting. So we're going to go Chychrun, Jakob Chychrun right here. So the other thing that the LA Kings are going to want is they're going to want a goalie. So if you go down here to their goalies, they've been rocking Phoenix Copley for a while. So Jonathan Quick, they is working well with him, but really Phoenix Copley, they just signed him to you can see right here, just got a contract extension for $1.5 million. Jonathan Quick is at the end of his contract, so they're looking to get a goalie that is playoff ready, right? Jonathan Quick has won a Stanley Cup multiple times, I think two Stanley Cups, but they want someone who's performing well right now. And what everyone is looking at is Vejmelka. So we're going to go over him, and we're going to actually add him to the deal as well for the Jakob Chychrun, just because I think that the reason this trade has not happened yet is because this is one of those pieces that the LA Kings are looking for. They're wanting their goalie. They're not going to try and just pieces apart in different places, right? Go get a goalie over here, get a defenseman here, get all this stuff. Why not go to the same source and pool the resources and get a deal? Maybe it's not like a buy one get one free, right? But like more of like a buy one get 50% off in this case. So we're actually going to, like I said, add to the trade machine. We are going to add Vejmelka. Let's scroll down here. Go to Vejmelka. There we go. Okay. Pamelka as well. Now, one other thing that they did talk about is that the cap hit, they are willing to go to in the 3 millions. So I have a report right here. It says that Arizona Coyotes are willing to retain some of Jakob Chychrun's cap hit to get it down into the 3 millions to increase the trade package value, right? So you're thinking probably 25%, 33%. That's kind of where my head goes, right? So if I'm going to say best case scenario, because the difference between the Arizona Coyotes between 25% and 33% isn't much. I mean, Arizona's just not doing well. They have a ton of cap space, and you'll see that when we go in there, right? So you can see they have 17, almost 18 million right now in cap space already. So we're gonna just say 30. Let's go 34%. That way, it makes it right around that 3 million mark for the LA Kings, right? So now let's go. We're gonna add the second team. Go over here. Second team, LA Kings, who are not done as well with their. You can see they're already. So this again, if it was just them picking up Jakob Chychrun and Valimaki, Huso Valimaki, they're already in a cap constraint, right? So that's where the LA Kings are going to want to they probably actually don't really need to move any more cap because it is a pretty low amount, but something will be needing to go back, and that's most likely what we're going to be sending over is going to be a maybe a roster player, but let's look at that. Let's look at it, right? So we know that they're going to be wanting to send over prospects or draft picks. So one of the things that was just found out is that last year they refused. LA could have gotten Jakob Chychrun for Gabe Vilardi and first round draft pick. Now Gabe Vilardi has been playing really well, but this is already potential that they were going to be willing to give up for him. So and they also talked about how there was another prospect they were not looking to get rid of Byfield, and they were not willing to get rid of Brant Clark. So ipso facto, right? We're gonna say, hey, you are going to be getting rid of someone, right? So let's go with, like I was just saying, where is he at? Who was I just saying? We're just talking about Valimaki. No, not Valimaki. Where you at? Where you at, bud? Okay, there you go. Gabe Vilardi. Sorry, I was having a hard time finding it. So Gabe Vilardi, you can see 31 goals, 31 points in 49 games. That's a pretty good player to move, right? And another one they were looking to say they were not willing to move is a Alex Turcotte. The issue is that Jakob Chychrun is a very viable, great player. You're getting him for an extra, not only this playoffs potentially, but 2 years out as well. So I don't know why you're not willing to give up. I mean, I understand why you're not willing to give it up, but you're going to have to. It's just what the reality of it. And we know that they're going to be giving up at least a first round draft pick, right? So let's say 2022. That's going to be covering just Jakob Chychrun. So this is the baseline. They did say that they wanted 2 first rounds, right? 2 first rounds and then some. So if you're looking at Gabe Vilardi, he was a first round draft pick, I believe. Let's see. Let's look up Gabe Vilardi. Gabriel Vilardi. Right? Let's see when he was drafted. Wikipedia 2017. Oh, 2017. Look at that. So going to Wikipedia, 6'3". He's a monster. Good for him. 11th overall. So yeah, again, there's your 2 first rounders, right? So you're getting your first round draft pick, and you're getting Gabe Vilardi as a good piece. Now the other contingency rate is Gabe Vilardi is actually 23, so he's a little older, right? He's now just starting to sprout, so that is something to take into consideration that he is a little bit older. But they're also going to want to keep the younger prospects that they have, right? So you're looking at right here. So if you look at Turcotte, Alex Turcotte, 21 years old, a little younger, only 4 games, no points, right? But again, we are going to have to move a roster player. So let's look at some people let's go to the LA Kings. We're going to, again, LA Kings. Oh, wait, actually, we have the LA right here. So LA's players right here. So we just talked about moving Gabe Vilardi out. good, a little bit older prospect, but RFA, so that works out well. So let's find someone who they can afford to move out for cap that maybe is a little bit more of an anchor. So you're looking at, okay, so you got Matt Roy over here, Sean Walker. Oh, I'd love to get Sean Walker. He's great. I think he's such a good player. He's from Australia. Sean Dursey came over. That's from the Toronto Maple Leafs. That would be a great piece that Arizona would love to have, right? But they want someone that's gonna, again, it's gonna be more of a cap dump. This is maybe war where you can get a little crazy, and I think that because they're gonna be picking up a defenseman, right? You got to think about roster players, right? So if they pick up a defenseman, they ideally want to get rid of a defenseman, right? Because if they don't, they're going to have to waive someone, right? So you're looking at the defenseman here. You're not giving him Doughty. You're probably not giving him. While you kind of want to keep these contracts that are a little bit longer, Mikey Anderson, I believe, is having a pretty good year, and you did draft him, right? So maybe you want to move out someone. Just I don't even know who this guy is. Who is this guy? Let's look at him. Because if I don't know who he is, he was undrafted, 26-year-old. So that's someone maybe more of a cap dump, right? So he was just signed 1 year, undrafted. Let's go to his stats here. I get rid of these ads. So he's on the AHL side, right? So this would be more of, again, we're talking about matching the cap, and we're trying to get this. So he's 12 points in 41 games. So that's someone I think they can afford to move. So who is that? That is Toby Paquette Bison. Let's move him. Again, this is just making it work for both teams, and which is why we're running through this together. I actually haven't done this trade yet, which is why I'm having fun doing this, right? So let's go. We're gonna look at what's happening. What makes sense, right? So again, it does make sense for Jakob Chychrun and Valimaki to go out again. So if we say, okay, we've now exchanged our defenseman for a defenseman, right? And you're also picking up that prospect, right? So you are getting so you're moving out Toby. I did not mean to move him. Let's go back. Where'd you go? Where you at, buddy? Toby. All right. So that would be someone to move out just to get the money right. Again, the money's still not right though, right? So you get to think this as well. You just signed, so you're picking up a goalie, right? Kind of like I was just talking about defenseman. You're picking up a goalie, so you're most likely gonna have to send a goalie out. Well, let's just look at the facts right now. I'm hesitant to say this, but I think this makes the most sense, and I don't think that Arizona wants him, but it makes the most sense, and it's very disrespectful. But I do believe Jonathan Quick's gonna go out. Because, and we're going to go back to the LA Kings. If you're looking at their goalies right here, you just signed Phoenix Copley to another deal for $1.5 million right here. So you're keeping him around, and he's younger. He's a younger goalie, been playing better than Jonathan Quick. And Jonathan Quick is on the last year of his deal, and he's very expensive. So we can go back here, and let's go back to our trade machine, right? And let's actually now, if we can get rid of Toby, and let's move Jonathan Quick into here, right here. Right? So Jonathan Quick and a first-round draft pick with Gabe Vilardi. So you get your 2 first-rounders, and you get your cap dump, and you're picking up a goalie for the playoffs who's been playing well. One of the better goalies in the league on a bottom team. Not a bottom half team, not a bottom quarter team, a bottom 3 team. Like Columbus, Chicago, Montreal, and Arizona all in that area. Montreal's doing a little better, but yeah, those 3 teams, Arizona, Chicago, and Columbus, are doing garbage. So let's look. This now makes sense now. So this is a trade which makes sense for both parties, right? So you're now getting your first round draft pick, and I honestly think they're actually not going to get just the first round draft pick. I think they're going to throw in probably a 3rd or 4th, because you're taking away you're getting a Jakob Chychrun, a great player, and you're getting 2 years out of it. It's similar we were talking about with Erik Karlsson, but his cap hit was way higher. You are getting a great player, and you're getting him for term, right? So let's go to Valimaki real quick. Let's go to Valimaki. So if let's type in Arizona. Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes cap friendly. All right, so go in here, scroll down. So much cap space. Look at that, 17 million. It's so stupid. And by the way, look at their picks. Cap friendly had to make. They never had 4 picks in one round before, so they had to extend this. It used to be like 2 levels. It was wild. So again, you're scrolling down here. So you look at Corral. Oh no, it's not Valimaki. It's Vejmelka. Vejmelka? What? Get rid of this guy. I did this wrong. No, we don't want Valimaki. We want Vejmelka. That is my bad. We gotta go back. Oh, we don't want. We gotta go to Arizona. What am I doing? What am I doing here? All right, let's go back to it. Corral. I thought that was incorrect. So this still worked. By the way, this still works. Okay, so even with a higher cap hit, if they want to retain, they could. Corral, Vejmelka. That makes more sense. I didn't know I was saying that wrong. Corral, Vejmelka, and Jakob Chychrun for Gabe Vilardi, Jonathan Quick, and a first-round draft pick. That makes more sense. And like I said, I think that the LA Kings will be throwing in another pick. So they have Pittsburgh, LA Kings. I think that it'd be one of these two, right? So we'll just throw out the Pittsburgh Penguins. No, Pittsburgh Penguin one, right? So that now you're trading right here. So that this now makes fully sense. So this is a trade that I would do because as Arizona, you're trying to build your prospect pool. You're trying to get draft picks, which are just going to help you in the future because they're looking. By the way, Arizona's not looking to next year. They're not looking for the year after. They're looking for like 3-4 years out because they want to get this team ready for when their new arena is ready, and that's about 4 to 5 years out. So they want to have a good team, be crap, play out of their stupid college out of Arizona State, right? And then just take it and just go full speed. So this is why you're picking up. You're taking on Jonathan Quick's contract. You're getting a great prospect in Gabe Vilardi. You're getting the first round draft pick in a stacked 2023 draft. Honestly, what I've heard is that a second round in 2023 is more valuable than a first in 2024. That's how stacked this draft is. So which is why throwing that extra third round pick, it's going to be a great pick, man. So, but and again, LA is in their window. They're in their window where they're trying to go for it. We saw it last year. They hit the playoffs and they didn't do crap in it. they did very poorly. They held their own, my phrase. They didn't do very poorly. They didn't do amazing, right? But you have people that come in like Seattle who are competitive, who are getting better every year. And you need to be stacking your team and getting them ready for a true playoff push. So that's why you get Corral, Vejmelka. And let's, again, we go over here to Corral, Vejmelka. Go here and Vejmelka. Again, you are getting, to me, this is a steal. I actually think that the reason this is being held up is that LA needs to throw in more. Because again, you're getting Corral, Vejmelka for till 2025. So you're getting not this year, but 2 years after that. And same with Jakob Chychrun. This makes sense. This just makes sense. This, in my opinion, works out well for both teams. I think that, again, Arizona can ask for more, but I don't think they're going to get more. But I think this makes sense the most. So, again, finalizing it, and the cap all works. And look, LA can still make a small move if they wanted to for like a league min player. Just to have as a backup or a backup 7th player or anything. So we have Jakob Chychrun and Corral, Vejmelka going to the LA Kings for Gabe Vilardi prospect, who doing very well, 31 points in 45 games. Jonathan Quick, who has not been doing as well as a player this year, and then as well as the first round pick, the LA Kings in 2023, and a third round pick, it's Pittsburgh pick in 2023 as well. So this is how you utilize your cap space, and this makes the most sense. So I'm happy with this. I will publish this later. I'll just publish it now. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are on this. I had so much fun doing this. I think this is a great trade. I think it works out for everyone. I think that both fan bases will be pretty happy with it because you're fulfilling needs on the LA side, and then you're also getting your picks, and you're getting your stacked picks and prospects for Arizona. So, anyways, and by the way, if they're offended that Jonathan Quick gets sent out, Jonathan Quick can re-sign next year for a cheaper deal if they wanted to. Just have him as backup, and then send Copley down as their third. So that's my thoughts. Anyways, hip check that like and subscribe button for more hockey content. Comment to be featured in the next video, because I'll want to talk hockey. So if you give me a good opinion or a crazy opinion, I'll talk about it. I have no problem. I'll screenshot it, throw in the video. So let me know what your thoughts are. I love you, and see ya.